Three, two, one.
It's the meat event, and in Meat Boy MMA history, for the first time ever, apart from the meat lock, you and I, up to this point, have differed on every single pick throughout this UFC 268 fight week. So I'm very interested to hear to see who you're going with in this Colby Covington, aka Chaos, versus Kamaru Usman matchup. Because the last time these two dudes fought, it was an all-time classic. Personally, one of my all-time favorite fights, and a fight that was razor thin before Kamaru Usman was able to get that fifth round TKO stoppage by Mark Not So Goddard. I still don't quite know what that means, but nonetheless, he did stop the fight. And there was the rumors of the broken jaw afterwards. Colby said that was fake news, and that his jaw was never broken, and that the stoppage was simply ill-informed. But you got to give Usman some respect for how he was able to weather the storm, because I mean, a lot of people anticipated that fight being a wrestling contest, right? So people thought it might be boring, and ultimately, we're bringing down the house, and I think this fight is as well because Usman versus Colby Covington is just a straight up banger, and that last fight was a slobber knocker on the feet. Do you think this one will be as well, or are either of these guys, bringing different game plans in this one? Because the first one, was brutal, it was bloody, it was a war. Is this rematch going to be more of the same?
Yeah, this is. Oh man, I can't believe they're actually making this happen again. So beautiful that it is this weekend. We get to see this, and man, Colby's last loss, Usman. He had an amazing win versus Woodley. Absolutely smashed him. Just, I mean, hurt his rib cage, and then he was like, my McRib, my McRib, and then he went off and he went and fought Jake Paul. So just shows the chaos that Colby brings. But man, I'm really torn on this because Colby's my dude. He's been winning. I mean, he's been smashing everyone up until Usman. Very tough to pick against either one of these because both these guys, I mean, they're probably the hardest workers in the gym just by the way they've been performing for the past X amount of years. But last time I bet against Usman was versus Woodley, and I told myself I would never bet against Usman, so I have to go with Nigerian Nightmare. I'm not as bullish as Tapology is. It's kind of crazy, 82%. It should be really a 50-50. I mean, let's be real. Colby was winning that first fight until the last round when he got knocked out. If it went to the judges, Colby won. No ifs and buts. Like that's what it was. Kamaru, he's going to have to either get the finish early or have to dominate from the beginning to the end because Colby had that fight last time. So I am worried a little bit on that. I'm very curious to see if it goes a distance or not. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of these guys get the finish. I mean, Chaos has just been in the gym locked away, off online, like no one knows what he's up to. He's coming for that gold. That's what he's coming for. And then, I mean, Kamaru, he's always ready. So we already know we're going to see the best Kamaru, the best Colby. This is going to be the craziest fight, one of the crazy fights at least of the year. So I'm super excited, but I gotta go with the Nigerian Nightmare.
Yeah, and it's such a hard one to pick, right? Because both these guys are just such dogs, right? I mean, Usman just keeps getting better and better. He suddenly has, since working with Trevor Whitman, he's got this, new gnarly jab. He's got that insane power. I mean, that knockout over Jorge Masvidal was, an all-time picture, one of the best in MMA history. The shot that they took with Masvidal's, sweat ring, surrounding him, and you got to give Usman some credit for truly developing his game. And in this one against Colby Covington, I just think he's going to be seeing a very angry, very motivated guy. I mean, love him or hate him, I don't know if there are a lot of guys who work harder than Colby Covington because not only is he just clearly a grinder, like you can tell this dude lives in the gym, but the work that he puts in outside of it to get people pretty riled up is, love it or hate it, the dude is out there grinding, he's working. So I don't know. For some reason, I think that Colby in this plus 240 spot, very similar to the Glover Teixeira of last weekend. I think that this is a man on a mission. This is a guy who was so close to obtaining his gold in that last contest, and I'm gonna see this guy being a little bit more motivated. And ultimately, I think Colby Covington's gonna win a decision in this one. I think that he's gonna win 4 rounds. I think it's gonna be a clear decision. I just see Colby being able to do to Kamaru what Kamaru always does to everyone else. in that I think that Colby's going to overwhelm him with strikes. I think he's going to maybe try and mix in some takedowns, keep that pressure super high. And as crazy as that sounds, because nobody does that to Kamaru Usman, I just think we're going to see a guy on a whole nother level in this contest. And I'm no Colby Mark, you know that, but I think at plus 240, it's juicy odds, and ultimately I like chaos to get this one done. So, am I crazy? Like, do you think this line should be? I know you're picking Usman, but this line should be closer, right?
Yeah, it should definitely be closer. I mean, purely just because of how the odds are, like minus 290. I am staying far from this. This is just,
Sure.
I mean, it, those plus 225, that is some of the juiciest stuff I've seen, especially for
I don't know, man.
chaos. Pretty crazy. I think it should be closer to maybe like a plus 150 at best. Like, but wow, I'm just mind blown on that. And then mind blown Tapology. I think people just really dislike this guy and his like his persona and WWE character. But it's all for the biz and just for fun. And people get really offensive nowadays. So it is what it is. But I can't. I really can't believe 18% are only going for Colby. Colby's an absolute savage. Like in the ring, he is insane. So this is a very tough one. But yeah, I told myself I will never bet against Usman after that Woodley fight because Woodley absolutely screwed me over. So I'm glad that Jake Paul smoked him too. So Jake Paul's made me some money back.
Yeah, he has, and maybe he does against Tommy Fury. We'll have to break that one down, I suppose. But this is a good one. It's the meat event. Ultimately, I got to go with Chaos. Meat is rolling with the Nigerian Nightmare. Let us know in the comments who you're going with. Do you think that Colby's going to avenge this loss and the trilogy will be in store, or is Usman just simply on another level and no one's going to touch this guy? Because if he can go through Colby again, then man, that's pretty impressive. Hopefully, we can see him fight Hamzat or something, because who knows what you do with him then. But nonetheless, if you made it this far, appreciate you grilling and chilling. Make sure you grill that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 400, and appreciate you.